Looks like the plague of darkness is, well, it lasts for 3 days, and it's in Exodus 10:21. It's in Exodus 10, like October, I don't know, 21.
Is God sending us a sign of the last days? Is something biblical going on here with the signs of the second coming? Is something biblical going on? Is something biblical going on here?
Why is he shaking his head?
Biblical going on here. Is blood red?
Alright, so here's the 10 plagues.
Back on May 22nd.
Plague of blood. Aaron, at command of Moses, raised a staff over the Nile River. The water turned to blood, causing the fish to die and to fill the fish to die.
So the blood already
and to fill
happened.
the land with an awful odor. To prove his own power, Pharaoh had his sorcerers turn more water into blood. They eventually had to dig wells to get
See the
fresh water.
frogs yet,
The plague
but
lasted a week.
looks like they're coming.
And then you got the plague of frogs, plague of lice, plague of flies, plague of pestilence,
The
boils,
plague of
hail,
flies.
and plague of flies.
That's right. Mr. Mouthpiece.
But it's not great in Russia. The plagues of Egypt have now visited Russia. There's a fly apocalypse. An entire, actually 2 villages have been completely consumed in flies.
See, I'm just not going to go back to all the videos, but from May 21st, those next 10 days, I pretty much nailed everything that this guy was going to talk about, except for the flies didn't happen. He talked about the hail, the meteorites, the aliens, the floods, the tornadoes, everything that he's talking about is predictable. So this one here, but let me show you what I knew he would say as of for yesterday.
A mega 7.4 earthquake has just
June 15th.
just off the coast of New Zealand. A mega earthquake there.
So I specifically pick an individual on YouTube and focus in on what they're going to do, say, everything that they're going to do next. So this is June 17th, yesterday.
He vaguely keeps talking about these earthquakes. Or no, he's not going to keep, no, I'm sorry. He's going to keep talking about these earthquakes because this is the next phase. Starting from east to west, starting on March 15th, 2019, when that New Zealand church got hit by the white supremacist guy that shot up. From that point on, it was, what's going to be the next event? Going into some more churches? Yeah, I think so. And then all these churches and the burnings and the bombings and the shootings again, and the whole process happens. For 3 weeks, 3 months. 3 straight months. Because on June 15th, over in New Zealand, from east to west is how this pattern is going. He's going to keep talking about these earthquakes.
3 months ago, lightning from east to west, New Zealand to Alaska. Then the darkness, the sun, for those 3 days. It's looking more like it's happened in October when Steve's final day is finished, when he gives a curtain call on October 21st. You know, Steve right here, this character. 1212 he has on his Facebook. 1212. Who's lightning's next victim? Guam, Australia, Japan. Coming from the east. Comes out of the east and shines even to the west. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Vaguely keeps talking about these earthquakes. Or no, he's not going to keep, no, I'm sorry. He's going to keep talking about these earthquakes.
Mega 6.5 quake hits Japan. Tsunami warning.
Are you serious? We have breaking news coming out of Japan. Apparently, there's been a 6.5 earthquake that has just hit off the coast of Japan. Dramatic Islands, also the mainland, New Zealand, and parts of Australia.
Now, this is why Steve will say, your dates are going to come and pass, Rabin. Because I know the script. I know what's going to be in the news for a certain, not exactly sure what they're going to be in the news for, but they are. Guam is still up, okay? That one is probably last. But in this case, it's earthquakes now.
Apparently, there's been a 6.5 earthquake that has just hit off the coast of Japan. A very powerful 6.5 earthquake.
Australia. Remember the asteroid?
It's a toss-up. It really is. And I'm again, I'm going to go by what will the Mr. Mouthpiece, whether he's, it doesn't matter.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, guys, there was confirmation a meteorite has crashed in Australia. Are you serious? Are you serious? Is Nibiru shaking these things loose? Are the heavens beginning to shake?
I only go by Mr. Mouthpieces. The top Mr. Mouthpiece, Steve, and then the rest of them. I just follow them and you can just see what they're going to say next. Just in case anybody forgot, I just want to remind you that they called the earthquake
So
May
far,
15th in Israel.
no damages. There is no tsunami warning, by the way.
You don't get a tsunami warning from the media except for our media.
The father of lies, because it's not really God creating a earthquake in the sea with that beast rising up from the sea, that tsunami beast rising up from the sea. It's not authentic, and it's not original. It's a mock-up.
All right, so just take, I'm just going to extend another 5 months. Take this date that came and passed just like Steve said it would. Christ, well, we're still here. The Wooders have not died yet. But here comes the earthquakes and the tsunami warnings. But if you take 150 days, you take a 5 month period from May 21st, 2019 to now Steve's final curtain call, October 21st, then it lines up a little bit better because he's going to give up the ghost on, would that be October 21st? So he would have to prophesy for 40 days before that, so that would have to be the second 9/11 that would happen, like Pet Goat 2. And then you got the 3 days of the flood coming because of the great earthquake that happened. As soon as Christ leaves the earth, according to the script, just like before, as soon as Christ ascends into heaven, there's going to be a great earthquake, and the tsunami is going to start from Florida to New York, and then there's like 3 days after that. So the Exodus plan happens on 10/21, the last plague.
A 4.6 like a overhead valve cam, the Mustang motor, 4.6 liter. Earthquake next is probably going to be 6.2 Camaro.
Apparently, there's been a 6.5 earthquake.
No, I was 0.3 off on that one.
The coast of Japan.
So far, these are your plagues that they're showing. So which one's next? Whichever one's next,
I will guarantee you this guy here will be itching to talk about it. Because he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows. He's itching. He's itching because he knows.
Great in Russia. The plagues of Egypt have now visited Russia. There's a fly apocalypse. An entire, actually 2 villages have been completely consumed in flies. I mean,
or the most odds of locusts swarming in Saudi Arabia and Iran, and now blood red water between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Are you serious?
It's a toss-up, it really is. And I'm going to begin on the go by what will Mr. Mouth.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, got to get it right.
The fact is, he's there, and his job is to show you exactly what he want you to see happen through the about 6 more days left of the 10 plagues. So what, you know what I mean? What other plagues are going to play out? So far, it's 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It's March 25th, so what's the 5th plague?
Okay, so here's the 25th, and it just so happens to be a meteorite that hits none other than Australia.
The meteorite has crashed in Australia. Are you serious? Are you serious? Is Nibiru shaking these things loose? Are the heavens beginning to shake? The waves of energy obviously are affecting. And the Bible says that the stars will fall from heaven like a fig tree cast its untimely face when it's shaken of a mighty wind. I want to show you this right here. Just takes a second. Unbelievable, guys. Literally unbelievable.
Literally, he says. That's their code talk for you.
There comes.
Oh my God, their code.
Explosion. I mean,
Oh
this
my
thing
goodness.
exploded with the power.
Wow.
They sent a nuclear bomb.
Is that what they said?
Explosion! Exploded! Oh my, here it goes! Here, exploded!
That's their code talk for you.
There comes.
Oh my God, their code.
Explosion. I mean,
Oh
this
my
thing
goodness.
exploded with the power.
Wow.
And the nuclear bomb.
Is that what they
They
said?
had that much.
Holy.
It happened out just outside of Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia.
It's coming from east to west, and as I explained before, lightning it's anything that's coming out of the sky. Any kind of light, any kind of sparks, any kind of images, any kind of beams, it's lightning.
Here comes the solar eclipse on July 2nd. And of course, it's going to start.
Solar eclipse on July 2nd will start off the coast of New Zealand and reach its peak 1,000 kilometers north of Easter Island. Solar eclipse on July 2nd will start off the coast of New Zealand and reach its peak 1,000 kilometers north of Easter Island, lasting 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Lightning. It's coming from east to west. It all starts in New Zealand. All the stories, all the patterns start in New Zealand. So first you have the shootings back in May 15th, and then it was the continuance of the churches. Then now you have the earthquakes that are starting on June 15th, and then you have the threat that the tsunami, the threat of being over there in Australia, and then you have the big earthquake tsunami warning in Japan. So it's Australia, Japan, starting from New Zealand, from east to west. The patterns are, whatever the stories are, it's coming from the east to the west, and it's going to end back in New Zealand.